Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Tone Vase. It's been like pouring out the last couple of hours. I really like doing these from outdoors, but we had to move it indoors due to rain, which has now stopped, but everything's just wet. This is like my third or fourth video of the day, though the first on this YouTube channel. I was doing interviews. I'm sure a lot of you watched my thoughts on the price of Bitcoin this morning over at Block TV. I then did a debate against Ripple on Block's Live, and then I had other calls and stuff that I had to deal with. So this is my first chance to actually take a look at the price of Bitcoin since 7 a.m. Eastern time. And let's go take a look and see what's happened since. I am very curious on what happened in the stock market. I don't know if Lucid Investment are going to do their video at market close. I'm going to try and keep this to the shorter side of things. And if I get a notification that Lucid is going live, I will probably end this. And on my, probably later today, I got to catch their video from yesterday, which I'm really, really curious to watch, but have not yet seen. All right, let's go to screen share. We'll get to the stock market last. Let's wait, where am I going here? Oh, actually, hold on a second. Let me see if my page has been updated. Tonevase.com. That's taking sweet time. There we go. Conferences. Unconfiscatable. All right, here are the dates. Here are the dates for the upcoming Unconfiscatable conference. 20 to 23 February, the D Hotel, Las Vegas. We will be updating the poker players, if there are new poker players. Registration is coming soon. We're not yet ready to take registrations. Here are the videos from last year's conference and poker tournament. Sorry, conference and poker tournament. One second, guys. So here are the videos from last year's poker tournament and conference. Here are some photos from last year. They were amazing. Thank you, Daisy. Daisy is our official photographer. Here's the agenda from last year. Everything is last year. The speakers from last year. Not sure why. There we go. Here are the speakers from last year. We're going to try to bring all of the old speakers back, plus try to get some new ones. We will absolutely do our best. And of course, there will be workshops, okay? We'll open up registration probably sometime in August, probably later in August than the beginning of August. And as a courtesy, those that were at this conference the year before will get a heads up on registration, and they'll be able to get an early bird special to register again, and then we will open up a general registration. Okay, that's unconfiscatable. That's going to happen. Workshops. Oh, these are the conference workshops. Nope, this is my workshops. There is a webinar coming up. I will be in Dallas, Texas, and these are the on-demand videos. Anyway, you guys know the deal. Calendar will be updated later this week. Let's go to the weekly chart. The weekly chart has officially flipped. This is not good, okay? This is bearish, okay? Now, when you watch me do a video, when this chart is at the top of the candle, I'm bullish. When you watch me do a video and this candle is near the bottom and price flipping, I'm bearish. It's very simple. You don't need me. If you know how to trade with sequential, and I like trading with sequential, it has done very, very well for my portfolios. And I'm the only guy that really focuses on sequential. If you want to learn other TA, you can watch other people. I focus on sequential. And this is bearish. Now, the short trade based on weekly scales does not activate until the red 2 starts trading below the red 1. What does that mean? That means we're not even close. That means according to sequential, I would not take on a short trade in Bitcoin unless we are below this red line. This red line is at, let's say $9,000, right? So unless Bitcoin is going below $9,000, the weekly chart is neutral. It's not bullish, it's not bearish, it's neutral. Okay, it doesn't matter what happens on the current candle. It's impossible for the weekly chart to be bullish according to sequential, because even if the current candle closes above $20,000, it is still neutral, because even if it closes up here, even if it closes at $25,000 on a weekly scale, it will always be neutral, not bullish, not bearish, according to the rules of sequential that I trade. If this is too difficult for you to comprehend, you should not care about trading with the sequential indicator, or use other indicators and use sequential along the side. The point is this: a price flip from green to red makes the weekly chart neutral. There is nothing that can happen here. The best case scenario is we will flip to a green 1, and then a green 2 will trade above a green 1, giving you a long trade. Right now, the only trade that is possible this week is a short trade if we trade below 9,000. Am I interested in taking the short trade if we fall to $9,000 right now? Probably not, because it would have had to move too far to activate the short trade. So according to the weekly chart, I do not see myself in a hypothetical long or short trade anytime soon. Bitcoin is officially neutral, and it will stay this way for quite a while, most likely. Can Bitcoin fall to $8,000 tomorrow? Yes. Can Bitcoin go to $15,000 tomorrow? Yes. Would I take either the long or the short trade according to weekly trading signals? No. Okay, that's the short end of it. The daily chart is a lot more interesting. Just like I was interested in a long trade above 10,850 taking place today, by going down, we're being supported by the moving average, but let's see where this candle closes in about 5 hours. Okay, so I'm going to remove this blue line. This blue line is no longer necessary. Actually, that was silly of me. I should have just made it red. I'm going to turn this into a red line. What does that mean? It means the following. The day still has 4 hours to go. So one of two things will happen. There can only be one of two possibilities. Either by the end of the day, this candle goes back up and start trading above this green line. This green line, I'm going to zoom in. This green line is currently sitting at $10,850. If this current candle is trading above that green line, it will be a green 3 above a green 2, activating a long trade. Bitcoin has exactly, I believe it flips at 8 p.m. At this time of year, I think. Bitcoin has exactly 4.5 hours to do this. If it can do it, there is a long trade on the table at $10,850. Now, actually, I'm sorry, there's 3 possibilities. Bitcoin can also rise, close above $10,650, but below $850. Okay, if Bitcoin goes back up and prints a green 3 without breaking this green line, we move the green line to the top of the current candle, and your long trade activates at a lower price. That's how sequential works. The most likely outcome of the price of Bitcoin in 4 hours from now is exactly the price it's at right now, 10,222. And what does that mean? That means that Bitcoin will print a red 1. However, because in order to print a red 2, Bitcoin needs to fall below 9,700. Going below this red line will not print a red 2 going below the red 1. That's just how sequential works. So I am totally neutral based on daily charts the way I am based on weekly charts. There's absolutely no trade right now. Is this leaning bearish to me over bullish? Yes, it is now leaning bearish. Guys, my trading style is as follows. I will try to catch the peaks and the troughs as best I can, but the real money is made in the middle. And in the middle, you go with momentum. And sometimes momentum can go back and forth. And that's when you take those small exits. But most of the time, you catch a chunk of the middle. I wanted to say I was kind of bearish daily, but now that I'm looking at the details of the TA, I'm not, because in 4 hours, we can start trading lower than the current candle's low and below the moving average, but the sequential will not be in line. So I will just have to wait. But if I had to force myself to do a trade, I'd rather be on the short side of this market than the long side of this market. And I'm happy for all the counter traders that are about to buy on the previous sentence. Please take my Bitcoin to 100K. I see your comment, Bitcoin Spice. Why is Bitcoin only at 10K? Shouldn't it be at 30K already? I don't know. I can easily make an argument that Bitcoin should be at 1K already, right? Like, it depends on your perspective. And my life savings are in Bitcoin. Now, my life savings might be $3,000, but they're in Bitcoin. And trust me, it's way closer to $3,000 than it is to a Lambo. All right. Now, the 12-hour chart is painting a very different picture. The 12-hour chart went neutral. See, this blue line represents a stop loss. Those that have watched my videos long enough understand that the blue lines represent stop losses, usually. When did the 12-hour chart activate a trade? The 12-hour chart activated a trade on a red 2 going below a red 1. So the 12-hour chart activated a short trade at $10,435. That's when we activated the short trade. And the long trade was activated at 10,000 something, 650 or whatever. And it's up to you where that trade got stopped out. Could have gotten stopped out with a gain, could have gotten stopped out with a loss. That's, that's your personal trading decision. Where would I have stopped this trade out? I don't know, probably at a loss. And right now, the 12-hour chart is just starting its bearish trend. And I wouldn't be surprised if it gets to a 9. Guys, I still have an outstanding bet with Crypto Man Ran that Bitcoin will fall below $4,500 before the halving. I intend to collect on that bet. And when I do, trust me, all of you are going to hear about it. Now, as much as I was hoping and anticipating Bitcoin to reach the top of this channel, it's beginning to look like it got rejected from the 200 period moving average on the 4-hour chart. I mean, it's undeniable, right? Hindsight is undeniable. We were not able to break this moving average here or here or here. And we have now fallen below all the moving averages. And right here, we are dropping kind of hard. And therefore, I anticipate nothing less than at this point, the 4-hour chart went bearish recently, probably right here. The 4-hour chart must have just gone bearish. The 4-hour chart went bearish. The oscillators do not look good here. The 4-hour chart went bearish at current price, 10,143. So the 4-hour chart is on a short trade. The 12-hour chart is on a short trade. The daily is neutral and will stay this way for at least another day. The weekly might stay neutral for a week or two. Who the hell knows? But the short level time frames, and let's look at the hourly. The hourly has just reset. So the hourly is just starting off on its bearish trend, you know? So I don't really care about the hourly. So how does Bitcoin look to me? The short time frames are bearish and the medium time frames are neutral. There you go. Do with that information as you like. Switchblade, I see your comment, but you didn't provide a time frame. So, and you have a 6-minute delay to write another message. So we'll all have to wait. I don't really care that much about def crosses on the 4-hour time frame. Daily time frame. Let me take a look. So the daily time frame, that's the weekly. This is the daily, right? No, I did count back. Oh, you're right. I did not count back correctly. You are absolutely right. You are right, sir. So the next candle will absolutely be a red 2 going below a red 1. For some reason, I went 6 candles back and not 4. I don't know why. So I was looking at the other candle. Right. So no matter where we close today, tomorrow's daily candle, which begins in 4 hours, will start trading. If it starts trading lower than current candle, that activates the short trade on daily scale. Can Bitcoin be banned by the US? Well, in the same way that marijuana can be banned in the US, yes. Can they stop people smoking marijuana? No. Can they stop people from using Bitcoin? No. And this was part of the Ripple debate. You see, here's where people just don't get it, right? This is where people get very confused. If the US government bans Libra or Ripple, no one is going to use Ripple. But if the US government bans Bitcoin, people will still use Bitcoin. If the governments around the world ban Ethereum, there will probably be no Ethereum. Probably. I don't know for sure. I'm not 100% sure. But there's a high probability that if the US government, and I mean, it's not just the US government, you kind of need the US government and the European government. I think them together. If they ban Ethereum, there's a good chance there's no more Ethereum. Very good chance. If they ban Bitcoin, Bitcoin's still there. If the US government bans Ripple, there's no more Ripple. Ripple's done. If the US government bans Libra, no more Libra. Libra's done. This is the difference between decentralized and centralized. Tone, take a look at the weekly, monthly stochastic RSI. I can take a look at the stochastic RSI, but I don't know what it would mean. I am not a stochastic RSI expert, right? That's my problem. I need someone to teach me stochastic RSI. Unfortunately, I haven't had much time to learn new TA techniques. Not that, you know, an old dog doesn't really want to learn new tricks when the old tricks have paid off nice dividends. So there's no point of me looking at the stochastic RSI. I don't know what it would tell me. Why do I use Bitstamp rather than Bitmax? For multiple reasons. I will give you two of them. One is Bitstamp has a longer history than Bitmax. Bitmax futures disappear when they mature. I don't want to look at Bitmax perpetual. And also, Bitmax isn't price discovery. It's irrelevant, right? It's like, so why do I look at S&P 500 during market open hours as opposed to S&P futures? Guys, to each their own. If you think the stochastic RSI is providing you profitable returns, then use stochastic RSI. I never learned stochastic RSI. It wasn't part of my arsenal of learning how to be a trader. So I became a profitable trader without ever learning the stochastic RSI. At the moment, I'm not trading. So learning stochastic RSI now absolutely makes no sense to me. Why? I'm not going to be teaching you guys the stochastic RSI because I've never used it in my trading. Same answer. Alexander, why do you use Poloniex charts? No one trades on Poloniex. I agree. No one trades on Poloniex, but they have a history. I'm a chartist. I need the longest possible history of an asset, and Poloniex has the longest history. Just because no one trades there doesn't mean that their price is not accurate. Can you show some historic examples of TD indicators on Bitcoin? Well, not exactly what I wanted to do on this video, but I can show you this. I think you guys can hear the rain behind me. I can tell you that the first time I ever showed the TD sequential publicly on Bitcoin was at the end of this week. I opened it for the very first time. I can go and try and find this video. The video took place around June 11th or June 10th, where I called the $3,000 top in Bitcoin. And that was the first time I ever looked at TD sequential on Bitcoin. It did an amazing job calling this high at $3,000. This is back, ancient history now, right? Let's go to the good old days of 2017. Okay, see, in the good old days of 2017, I was able to not only call the $3,000 top to the day that it happened, I also perfectly called this reversal off of this 9 on the following day. So that's another example of how I became popular in this space by using sequential and time calls. I then had the perfect top call to within a few hours of right here at $5,000. Now I used that back then. I was using Bitfinex for my charting, not Bitstamp. And on Bitfinex, the reason why I was able to call the $5,000 high to the perfect price to an hour before the top was because it was a 913 on the same day. On right here on this candle, there was a high, and it was a 913 On Bitstamp, it wasn't a 913, but on Bitfinex, it was. And I was able to call this $5,000 top on Bitfinex. I was then able to call the $3,000 low perfectly, though I didn't do it using sequential. I did it using other TA. I then called this top right here on this doji candle, and I think this was also a 913 on the 13 came later, but or maybe not 913. I was also using Bitfinex charts. I was able to call this top absolutely perfectly. This candle was a fluke. This was Jeff Garzik canceling SegWit 2x, which screwed up the trade a little bit. But I called the top here, and I was looking for the price to reverse back to the upside at 5,000. I got that wrong. We reversed from 5,400, not 5,000, but it was still a 40% correction that I called to the day, multiple days ahead of time, and we still had. Oh, that was like a 26% correction. Sorry, not a. Thought it was higher. All right, a 26% correction. Thought it was a higher correction. Yes, my math in my head is wrong. So those are just a few of the examples of how I was using TD throughout the 2016 bear market beautifully. Also right here, I went way bullish. I was a big bull off of $6,000 here during the bear market. And then I also called this right here to the downside off of this 9, which converted into a price flip candle. Since then, it was tricky. I did not do a great job calling this 9 because it wasn't the kind of 9 that I liked, and then we got stuck at the lows. So I didn't do a great job calling this 9. And then since then, the TD sequential on a daily scale has not done a great job calling peaks and troughs. It kind of did it here, even though my personal bias didn't like it, though I think I was probably a bear here. I was bear all throughout. So that was another 9 here, a buying opportunity there. And I was buying here. I was a buyer off this 9. I was a buyer here at the high 3,000s, low $4,000 area. And I ended up in a long trade that was losing me money for a while until I was able to take profit from that trade on a pop to 5,000. So that's a little, history down memory lane. Right now, it's neutral. So we wait till tomorrow's candle. All right, there you go. Tone, do you think Justin Sun's dinner with Warren Buffett, Justin Sun of Tron's dinner with Warren Buffett, could be good marketing for Bitcoin? I guess. I mean, it's good marketing for shit coins, but hey, if people want to lose money in shit coins, please go ahead. Tone, how much did you bet that the price will fall below 4,500? A good steak dinner. That was the bet. It's more of a pride thing. It's not about the money, guys. Okay, let's look at the traditional markets. So we had a lot of posts in the notification service today. On Mondays is usually when we post a lot of stuff in the notification service. For those of you that want to join the notification service, it will be free for at least another month and a half, right? And we're just notifying people of assets around the world that are hitting 9s and 13s. And I'll get to some of those in a second. So let's look at gold. Actually, let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum, see, this is a short trade on Ethereum according to sequential. In fact, I would like, if I was an active trader and not doing what I'm currently doing, I would be in this short trade. Now you can say, Tone, doesn't that also mean you would have been in a short trade on Ethereum 4 days ago, right here? And would you have gotten wrecked? Well, would I have gotten wrecked? Let's say I go short here, I would have been down 4%. Now, where would my stop loss have been? Probably not, my stop loss probably would have been higher, right? So I'm probably still in this short trade. So there's a couple of things here, right? Would I have been stopped out on my short trade? Actually, less than that, right? My short trade would have been here. So 3.85%. Would I have had my stop loss above this area? I probably would have. I can't guarantee you that, but I probably would have. So now let's talk about the two possibilities. Guys, I am very realistic. If you haven't learned by now that I am realistic and honest about everything I do on this channel, you're watching the wrong channel, okay? What I can tell you is this. I would be, if I was an active trader of shitcoins, I would be shorting Ethereum right here, okay? Would I have been stopped out at the very, very top of this candle? It's possible. It's very possible I would have set my stop loss at the top of the body of the one candle, which means I got stopped out at the high. If I got stopped out at the high, I am re-entering the same exact trade as of this red line right there, okay? Now, if I did not get stopped out, it's possible I'm adding to this trade if it's within my risk. Can you guys hear me? I mean, the rain is loud as hell. I'll try to get closer to my mic. So I could be adding to my trade is if it still fits my risk tolerance, stop loss, and money management. Where would my current stop loss be if I was shorting Ethereum right now, this second? My stop loss would probably be at the top of this one candle, because if the price of Ethereum goes above 4% from current price, it is very likely I'm admitting that I am wrong on the price of Ethereum crashing down, okay? But with the red 2 going below a red 1, following this 9, since this 9 was not able to reverse the price to the upside, I am pretty convinced Ethereum is going down, okay? That's my view on Ethereum. Litecoin is different. There was a nice bullish trade on Litecoin, which should have already stopped you out, okay? So it should have already stopped you out. Okay, it would stop me out. Assuming I went bullish and a long trade on Litecoin on this candle, on this one candle. See, I don't need to wait for a green 2 to go above a green 1 if it's coming off a reversal 9. This is, it's not, you have to take my educational courses to learn how to trade sequential. It's really hard to look. If you think you're an expert on trading sequential by listening to my free content and YouTube channels, maybe if you've seen every one of my videos for the last 2 years, it's possible you've done that. But if you're going to be trading this and putting real money on the line, spend the damn $500 and learn how to trade the damn thing. If I had gone long off of this one candle going above the 9 candle, I would have already been stopped out. The worst case scenario for a stop out is where this line is right now. Would I be interested in a short trade on Litecoin? Sorry, this is Litecoin. The answer is maybe. if there is a green 2, sorry, if there is a red 1 going, sorry, my bad, let's scratch that. If there is a red 2 going below this red 1, and tomorrow there would be a consideration for a short trade, but because it's not happening at the lows, it's not a great trade. It's an okay trade. I want to move to gold. The dollar is threatening to be bullish here, right? Look at the weekly dollar. The weekly dollar is about to give you a green 2 above a green 1. Beautiful reversal candle that helped set up trend. As much as Trump hates a rising dollar, I think the dollar will rise. If the dollar rises, this could be a problem for gold. We have to give this candle more time. I don't have an opinion on gold. All I can tell you is that gold is on a 9. I need to see how this 9 plays out the rest of the week. On a daily scale, gold is still leaning bullish. That's all I can tell you. It's still leaning bullish, but look, it's consolidating. It's consolidating at a high, which is bullish. It's on a green 4, which is bullish. It's holding all moving averages that are rising, bullish. On a daily scale, it's bullish. But on a weekly scale, it's telling you to be very careful. I have no opinion on gold, but if you are a trader and gold matters to you, this week is pretty important. Oil is also, this candle is not telling us anything useful, so we have to wait. I believe if the euro goes below the setup trend line, holy shit. Right now, if I was a currency trader, I would be interested in shorting the euro against the US dollar this week if it falls below this line. If the euro goes below $1.12, I would be interested in shorting the euro from a weekly scale. What does that mean? That means that my stop loss, and I know currency trading is leveraged 100 to 1 on a good day. Unfortunately, because it's a continuation trade and not a reversal trade, your stop loss is quite far. Your stop loss is 1.84% away. Now, I am not a currency trader. A currency trader might actually tell me that I will go broke 8 times over based on the leverage in FX markets by shorting the euro here. And my answer would be, that is the TA that Tone Base uses. And yes, I just referred to myself in the third person. So go trade the Bitcoin, the Euro ETF, which has no leverage, okay? The point is this. You are looking at a continuation trade. Continuation trades have lots of leeway for the stop loss. What you want to do is you want to trade a reversal trade. In a reversal trade, you were supposed to short the euro against the US dollar when the price of this candle started trading below the doji, which got rejected by the 50 period weekly moving average. The sequential does not help you enter this trade. The moving average does, and the reversal candle does. This trade is executed based on sequential. Now, when was the last time a red 2 went below a red 1? That took place right here, okay? Now, how far did it fall from there? Well, actually, I gotta flip this. Within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, within 5 candles, it fell as low as 1.45%. That is actually less than the stop loss I'm recommending. Okay. I don't control prices. I just show you how I was able to trade profitably back in the day, but I've never traded the FX market. I stayed away from the FX market. Euro chart looks bearish. The S&P, we need another day. This candle is not helping me at the moment to analyze the S&P markets. It's a bullish candle, but it's not bullish enough for me to be bullish the S&P. It is in a slight daily downtrend. But what I can tell you is that based on the rules of sequential, the short trade on the S&P activated at this line, which currently puts you in a losing trade. Okay, it is what it is. From a daily perspective, you're on a red 4. I really need to see tomorrow's candle. I'm very, very curious because right now, I believe the S&P has short-term top. It is very easy for me to change my mind. All we need to do for me to change my mind is for the S&P to close above $3,000 on both the futures and the cash market. And then I am a bull in the S&P 500. Right now, I am neutral, leaning bearish. Now let's look at the stocks. Amazon, neutral. I don't want to be long in this market, and I also don't want to be short. It looks like a cup and handle. It's holding setup trend. It's on a 7 of 9 weekly sequential. Let's look at it on a daily level. On a daily level, it topped on a 9, and it's holding the moving average, and it's on a 5 of 9 to the downside. If this thing price flips, gives me a green 2 above a green 1, I would then be bullish Amazon. Let's go straight to Tesla, which has earnings on Wednesday. Tesla has just hit a sequential 13. Your earnings is Wednesday. If you are long Tesla, I would absolutely be out today. Too late to get out today. I would be out tomorrow. Am I going to wait for a TD9? Hell no, not with earnings coming up. Tesla has just gone up. Tesla has just rose 48%. It is due for a pullback, and earnings is one of the ways to get that done. No comment, leaning bullish. No comment, leaning bullish on AMD. NVIDIA, there is a 9 tomorrow. I would not want to be holding this thing after a 9. And it is, the chart is both bullish and bearish to me. I can make the argument in both directions. Ford, I would not want to be in Ford right now. I know I've talked about it positively in the past. Right now, I would never short a $10 stock, but I am not bullish Ford. Tilray is, I don't know why I even still have that here, is not looking good. I am leaning bearish on this thing once again. No comment on GE. Starbucks. I would not be holding Starbucks right now. The sequential 13 was a reason to get out of Starbucks, and there's no reason to, pray and hope that a 9 would lead to a new swing high. Wait for a pullback. The stock is probably still bullish on higher level time frames. Ooh, combo 13 on the weekly, 9 next week. I would be careful with Starbucks to the bullish side right now. Take a profit and get out. This is bad. Whatever the hell this stock is, this is bad. Look, you established a low for the entire summer
and you just broke down from this low. Not a stock I would be shorting, but definitely not a stock I want to be long. This is TSG. I can't go through all of them, guys. I'm gonna pick and choose. Square. Square tops on a 9. This has now gone further than a 1 to 4 candle correction. This means that Square activated a short trade. Wow, it's like a hurricane over here. Jesus Christ. Square activated a short trade as of that line. Look, here's the challenge that I have. I can either tell you, you know, X asset is bullish tomorrow at a certain price, and then you jump on the trade prematurely, even though none of this is trading advice, and then telling me how wrong I am, or I do revisionist history and I say you should have gone short on this red 2 below a red 1, and then all the trolls are like, well, why is he telling me this 2 days too late? Well, I looked at it 2 days too late, okay? So this, once this goes past the 1 to 4 candle, once this is a 5th candle of downside, activating a short trade, it's on a short trade. Do I want to short a bullish stock? Maybe, maybe not, but if I do, I'm careful about it. Guys, I really don't care about Richard Hart's opinion on prices. He's not a real trader. Unless he's has 10 years experience of trading using technical analysis, he's no different than Vinny Lingham. No comment on nothing interesting on ExxonMobil. Nothing really interesting on Boeing. All right, I'm gonna skip some of these. I really don't think Ferrari is gonna go much higher. It really needs to pull back. I don't even know what that stock is. I want to look at Uber and Lyft. Lyft is coming up on a weekly 9. I will keep an eye on that. And Lyft is a short trade right now, today. If I was an active trader in the market, if I was an active trader in the market, I would be looking to short Lyft today at $62.26. And where would I put my stop loss? I would put my stop loss right there. Okay. Now, Lyft is a very volatile stock. So I would do this with a very small position size. I would be risking 3.5% or $2. Nope, not that much. I would be risking less than that. I would be risking $2 and whatever cents that is. $2.10 on the stock per share. Okay, so we're going to talk about position sizing in my webinar in a couple of weeks. But this means if all I can afford to lose is $210, then I'm only shorting 100 shares. Because that's all I can afford to lose is 210 bucks. And I would go into this, I would close this day with a little gain. A gain of 50 cents. So I would be up $50
on 100 shares, if I bought 100 shares of this, I'm risking 210 bucks, and I would be up $50 right now. That's sequential. This is actually the first 9 that has ever taken place on Lyft. And I am, and because I trust sequential, I don't remember seeing this in the notification service. We don't have every stock, but it might have been in a notification. I don't remember. I can't remember every stock we put in the notification service. But I would this would have been probably one of my trades. It's the first 9 on a daily, and remember the weekly is coming. The weekly is next week. I'm happy to pre-run this trade by a week, assuming the swing high will not be broken until I can take some profit off of this trade. Uber is not cooperating with my triangle. So if Uber is not cooperating with my triangle, I have 2 choices. I can either assume the triangle has broken down or adjust the triangle. I don't think it's possible for me to adjust the triangle. So I have to assume the triangle has broken down, but I don't believe it's going to go way lower. So Uber is not interesting to me at the moment. I want to look at Titan. I want to see if it's going to go lower. It hasn't gone lower yet. I still think this can give you go lower. The other star of sequential is this thing, SBA, and it's also not giving me anything interesting at the moment. All right, guys. Oh, wait, I think this was interesting. Oh, right. This was a trade I would have been interested in going long off this 9, and this trade would have been stopped out on Friday. So I would no longer be in this trade. I would just take the loss on that trade and be done with it. Do you ever average into a trade? Short answer, yes. Long answer, maybe in the next webinar. Let me see. Let me look at your live chat. I don't really care about the depth crosses on the 4-hour chart that much. Maybe they're important, maybe they're not. But when I deal with sub-daily time frames, the moving averages are kind of there. I also don't see a depth cross on a 4-hour chart. So I have, oh, exponential. I don't use exponential. I can't use everything, guys. Wouldn't exactly call this Bitcoin popping, but it doesn't matter. The daily chart is what matters the most, and that one will be neutral the rest of this candle, so it doesn't really make a big difference. I'm not familiar with Renko charts. I have no opinion on them. Do you think sequential is not working lately on Bitcoin? It's not an opinion. I mean, if sequential isn't helping you enter good trades, then it's not helping you enter good trades. The thing is, you're not supposed to. I mean, I like trading. I like using my skills as a trader across all available assets. I don't like to pick one asset and only trade one asset. That's not what I like to do as a trader. I care about Bitcoin greatly. It's the most important asset, I think, over the 21st century. So I put a lot of emphasis on Bitcoin. But if I ran a hedge fund, Do you think the only thing I would trade is Bitcoin and crypto? You crazy. It'd be more like Tyler Jenks. I'd trade everything under the sun, with crypto not having any advantage over others. Yes, I was mistaken on the daily. We will have a red 2 going below a red 1 on tomorrow's candle if we cross the low of current candle. I did make a mistake earlier. Do I think we went to the moon? Yes, I do. I don't really have much of an opinion on Deutsche Bank. Bitcoin is having a little rally. Is it significant? I don't think so. Didn't I look at the Swiss franc the other day? It's around here somewhere. Here's the daily chart of the Swiss franc. It's going to come up to a 9 in a little bit. Look at how it beautifully a 9 reversed this chart. So a 9 tomorrow may reverse this chart once again. On a weekly scale, it's neutral. I don't really have a comment. Oh, I was going to look at the notification service and see if there's any interesting charts. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me pull that up on my Telegram. Again, the link for the notification service is in the video description. Let me see if I see any interesting charts. Here's a good one. This is Dollar Tree. Look at the beautiful, look at how this 9 here reversed the price. And then look at how this 9 here gave you a nice, gorgeous pullback. So what do you think I'm going to expect here, right? And there was a reversal candle. Absolutely, I am interested in taking a short on the current 9 candle going below the reversal candle. I don't know where Dollar Tree closed. We posted this earlier in the notification service. What's the stock ticker? Actually don't know the ticker. Let me go back to US stocks. Dollar Tree, Dollar General, sorry, DG. Oh, and look at that. Like, we posted this in the notification service when the market opened. And if you are any form of a, even if you are, you don't have to be an expert in sequential, but if you've taken my workshop before, this is a beautiful short trade this morning, pretty much at the opening bell, with the current candle going below the prior candle. And a beautiful trade. I as an active trader, I would have, I mean, like, I know hindsight, I would have made money on this trade, but even if I was down on this trade, I still would have taken the trade. Beautiful 9, gorgeous run up. The last 2 9s gave me profitable pullbacks. The 9 before that did not, but the 9 before that, yeah, same logic applies. Probably would have taken the short, maybe would have taken the short trade. It depends. What's the low on this candle? The low on this candle is 85.63. The low on this candle, 85.57. That probably means I'm taking the short trade at the low of the day. And I probably got stopped out sometime on this 2 candle going above the 1, in which case I probably would have flipped it to a bullish trade, profiting all the way into a 9. Like this is how you trade sequential. It's how I trade sequential. You can trade it however the hell you like. Dollar Tree turned out to be a very good one. That was in the notification service this morning. This one's not interesting. This one is interesting. Not that interesting, but let's look at it. Here is a reversal candle marking a low holding setup trend. Now, are 9s useful? Not the best trade here, but you know, the price did correct. Nice correction here. Great correction off of this 9. This one not so much. Nice correction off of this 9. You know, so let's look at it. You know, and there was a correction off of this 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4 profitable trades off the 9, 2 not profitable trades off the 9. I will take this each and every time. Now, this hasn't had a bullish 9 in a while, like a 9 buy. That's a 9 buy. Would I be buying into this candle this morning? Probably not. It's not good enough for me. I'll wait till tomorrow's candle in order to buy in. But I'm curious where this stock ended. The name of the stock is Metler Toledo. Oh, that was on a daily scale. Must have been a daily scale. Yes. That is a nice reversal candle. You know, it held setup trend. That means tomorrow, if we're trading in a bull market, this is one of the stocks I may be interested in picking up on a very short leash because it is kind of overbought. Oh, this one was interesting. Claw Corporation. Here it is from the notification service. Notified, it's on a daily scale. A nice 9. Nice 9 here, but the next candle was a reversal candle. Beautiful 9 there. And not a great 9, but still, you know, a good entry into a trade. Good 9 here at the low. I'm interested in shorting this asset, or at least getting out of my bullish positions. Let's see how KLA Corporation did today. I'm assuming it's this one. Wow, look at that. Okay, so this did not close the candle. This ended on a bullish 9. And I would not be shorting this asset because this is not a reversal candle. I would wait for weakness, okay? I would wait and see what tomorrow brings. If I shorted this prematurely, I don't know where I would have set my stop loss, but there's no way I would have let it get out of control. Hindsight being 2020, if I'm looking at this candle and I feel like this is the candle of how the stock is going to end, I am setting that stop loss at the top of that doji, even if I'm entering in the middle of this candle. And once the day flips on me, I'm out. So I would have been out of this thing before it went to $135 with a loss. I'm not going to let my trade go that far against me without a plan for where to set the stop loss. So if I had entered this prematurely, I would already take my loss and I would just wait and see how this 9 materializes over the next few days. All right, guys, that's enough. Oh, Tesla. Tesla's on a 9 on a daily scale. Let me go to Tesla. Oh, no, it's not a 9. Sorry, it's 13. I didn't read my chart right. Yeah, that's right. We talked about that already. Okay. That's it, guys. Oh, Netflix. Let's look at Netflix. Netflix is also on a 9. So here's the deal. Netflix got just beaten up bad. If the market tomorrow is bullish and positive, I am interested in going long Tesla tomorrow if it starts breaking above today's high. My stop loss is the bottom of set candle. So that's 2.8%. That's my risk. That's my stop loss. I am risking $8.73. So if I'm willing to lose $870 on Tesla, I would buy 100 shares of stock. Now remember, buying 100 shares of stock would cost you $31,000. So you actually need to have some money in that account. Now, we can talk about how to do this with options at an upcoming options workshop, but that options workshop is going to cost you a lot, okay? But other than that, buy 10 shares. By buying 10 shares, you are risking only $87, okay? But now your gains are limited. But yes, I am interested in picking up Tesla tomorrow if it breaks this line in an orderly fashion. Sorry, Netflix, not Tesla. Thank you. All right. That's it, guys. I've gotten it for over an hour. I wanted to keep this to the shorter side. I failed, but that's okay. All right, guys, I'm calling it a day. Please check out the workshops. Please check out the calendar of my travel schedule. If you want to support, check out the affiliate code, the affiliate link. Check out the store if you want to buy a t-shirt. And don't forget Unconfiscatable. The dates are set. We will bring you more information very, very soon. And I will see you all on the next one. Bye from the woods. Talk to you all later.